Namaste. Jai Meena2. Dr. P. Sharma is a senior faculty at the JKR Astro Research Foundation. A professor of botany by profession, he has immense knowledge on the basics of astrology and astronomy. He is very systematic in his approach to teaching and follows a structured pattern which is very useful to our students throughout their study of astrology. Today his presentation is one of the very important topics, the Navamsa. Over to Dr. P. Sharma.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much, madam, Hemlata madam. It's so nice of you that you have said a few very good words about me. I am thankful to you. Before I start, let me pay my pranams to all my gurus, Pujya Guruji Raghavachari Garu and Pujya Raghavachari Garu and Raja sir and all other my teachers who have brought me or introduced me into this divine subject, learning of this divine subject, and I am grateful to all these people. Today, I thought of talking on Navamsa and its importance in predictions. While going through some of the reviews on the Navamsa by eminent astrologers like Chandula alias Pachail and others, I have come across some of the interesting, very interesting and thought-provoking reviews on Navamsa, and I thought, why should I not share those things with the forum members here, so that a new light will be thrown on this particular subject. The Navamsa is a term which is very familiar with almost every astrologer or a student of astrology, and Navamsa is one of the divisional chart which is extensively used by the astrologers for different purposes. And if you ask any astrologer for your Jataka Chakra, he will put the Jataka Chakra, along with that he will also give you the Navamsa Chakra. Or if you go to any computerized digital centers, they will also give you the Jataka Chakra as well as the Navamsa Chakra. It is something like in our modern parlance, if you go for one chakra, you will get another chakra also. So, it is so interesting that out of the Shodasa Vargas, or 16 different divisional charts, more importance is given to the Navamsa, and it is the Navamsa which is being put always along with the Rasi Chakra. But then, this Navamsa Chakra is mostly used by majority of the astrologers for identifying the strength of the planets, and also mostly it is used for the matrimonial issues. That's why whenever you ask somebody what is the use of, sir, where do you use the Navamsa, the first answer that everybody will give you is it is used in the matrimonial issues. But in these reviews which I have gone through or seen it, this Navamsa, apart from this purpose for which it may, something like the matrimonial issues and all that, apart from this, a lot of stress and reference has been given in identifying the events that are likely to happen and the prediction of the events that are likely to happen in the native's life. Now this, we have seen it, as I quote it, from the Chandulal Patel's review, Horasara and Jataka Parijata, NAADI, in all these classics, it is quoted that Navamsa can be used for predicting the events that are likely to happen in the native's life. That made me to think about it, and then probably thought I will share this with you people. Meena2naadi system. I am a student of Meena2naadi system because I was born and brought up in the Nadi system, and I have a more attachment to the Nadi system. Meena2naadi system, which has incorporated almost all salient features of the sugar Perunadi, Buddhanadi and Dhruvanadi, and developed itself into a unique system of astrology by its own merit and its own strength. In Dhruvanadi, which has also contributed for the development of the Meena2naadi system, there is a wide reference, an extensive reference of the Navamsa in identifying the events that are likely to happen in the native's life. And this Dhruvanadi has in fact classified the Navamsas based on in which particular natal chart this particular Navamsa falls it, and different namings have been given to that. Suppose if in Navamsa Rasi falls in the 9th bhava in the chart, that is in the Rasi chart, then that Navamsa is called as Bhagya Samyukta. This is a new term that has been generally used, and if it falls in the 12th house of the natal chart, then it is called as Vyasa Samyukta. Vyasa Samyukta. This kind of a terminology were being given in the Dhruvanadi, and further refining this kind of terms, keeping in mind the so-called rasis or the house or the bhavas in which the Navamsa rasis are falling. They have given a different nomenclature altogether, and this is with reference to what is being seen in the Dhruvanadi. This chart shows that if Navamsa Rasi falls in a first house, it is called as Lagna Navamsa. And if it falls in the second house, it is been given a different name called Vittamsha or Dhanamsha, which is referable to the second house, which is generally we call it as Dhana Bhava or Vitta Bhava and all that. Apart from the Vaksthana and all that, it is also generally called Dhana Bhava. This Dhanavan kept taking this Dhana into consideration, they called it as Dhanamsha. Similarly, if it falls in the third house, then it is called as Vikramamsha. These are the new terms that are being given, or new nomenclature that has been evolved in that. Fourth bhava, if it falls in the fourth bhava, it is called as Sukhamsha. And if it is in the fifth bhava, Putramsha. We generally say fifth bhava is concerned with the Putramsha and all that, Putra, Sthana and all that. Like that, sixth one is called as Sashtamsha, seventh bhava is called as a Bharyamsha. This is a spouse, we generally call it, or related to the spouse and Kalatra Sthana and all that. For that, they have mentioned it as in a different name, saying that it is a Bharyamsha. Like that, eighth one, Nidhanamsha, ninth one is Bhagyamsha, 10th bhava, if it falls in the 10th bhava, it is called as Karmamsha, and if it falls in the 12th one, or 11th one, if it is called as a Labhamsha, and if it is in the 12th one, they are called as a Vyayamsha. This kind of a nomenclature has been developed by these classical, what we say, astrological, what is being found in the classical astrological books, particularly with reference to the Dhruvanadi, where it is being extensively and freely used. And that Dhruvanadi forms happen to be a part of our Meena2naadi system. And apart from this, apart from just giving the names, in these classical books, it is also mentioned that apart from giving, as I told to you, apart from giving the just nomenclature, our rishis have created an invaluable Navamsa concepts which have given new idea and inputs to predict the natives' life events. This is what interested me, and this is what made me to share this talk with you. In everybody's life, we know that both good and bad events do occur, and to know when such events takes place in one's lifetime different methods are suggested and adapted and used in astrology. The first and the foremost thing which comes to our mind is the Vimshottari Dasha. We say, we take the planets and their transit periods are taken into consideration to identify which is the period when an event is likely to happen, and this is the most commonly followed and most extensively used system of identifying the events that are going to happen it. Apart from that, we also have the Ashtaka Vargas concept is also being used sometimes in identifying the events that are likely to happen it, and these two are very commonly being used. Now, other than this, now one more method of a simple method has been proposed in these classical astrological books on the reviews that we have seen it in the on the Navamsha. Based on the Navamsha position and Lagna position, they have developed a system whereby, a simple system whereby the prediction of the events that are likely to happen in one's life has been developed. Now, in this brief presentation, one such simple method mentioned is in these books is going to be discussed. The methods proposed were with the presumption that some events will occur in certain fixed periods or years of the life of an individual. That is a fundamental presumption on which the entire system is being developed. That is, that some events, whether they are good or the bad events, will occur in certain fixed period or years, as we call it, in the life of an individual. The same kind of a specialized events or special events or significance events are likely to happen. It was also mentioned in our own Puja Guruji's PSA book also, while talking about the pertinent thoughts on Dasha Bhukti. He said that a certain period where a planet which is exalted and a planet which is debilitated, in those periods particularly certain significant events are likely to happen it. Similarly, here also in certain specified years the events are likely to happen it, and these methods, there are many methods which are being proposed in this classic books, but I have taken only 3 of them, very simple one, whereby we will be able to give an idea to our students to pursue this and then do some kind of a research work so that it may be of use to them at a later stage. They are, one, based on the ascendant or the lagna based ones, identification of the certain time periods based on the ascendant or the lagna periods. The second one is position of the moon in the Navamsha, and based on that position identifying certain specified periods, and in those periods the events are likely to happen. The third one is a variable one. These are the fixed ones which I have talked about it, the first and the second one. In the third one, the individual planets, because of based on their position in the Navamsha chart and in the natal chart and then the ascendant, taking all these things into consideration, calculating the number of the years of the Navamshas that are likely to happen it, and then those are also made use in trying to identify the events that are likely to happen it. These events are not specified it, but only said that some significant events are likely to happen it. Now these are some of these things which I thought I will present it. Probably we'll see the next chart wherein we will find another method wherein this is the one. Here, depending upon into which Navamsha the Lagna falls and the Rasi into which particular Rasi the Navamsha Lagna falls, taking that into consideration, these astrological treatises have given certain years, certain time periods, and they said that in these periods some significant events are likely to happen. They may be the good events or they may be the bad events too. But then what I mean to say is that suppose if Sun is present in the Pisces and the Lagna happened to be some Virgo. And because of its position in the Pisces, the Sun in the Navamsa Lagna, if it falls, if in the Navamsa chart, if the Lagna falls in the Gemini, maybe the Sun must be there in the Revati tree, and if the Revati tree is there, then probably it will go in a different way. Or if the Sun is present in a Purva Bhadra, then probably he will go into the Lagna will fall, Navamsa Lagna will fall in the Gemini. So that means to say, this particular aspect, taking the Lagna into consideration, and where does it fall in the Navamsa chart? And if it falls, Navamsa Lagna, the Lagna falls in the Navamsa Lagna falls in the Aries, the Rasi Aries, then they say in the 12th year, or 25th year, or 50th year, or 65th year of the life, there is a possibility that some kind of a special significant events are likely to happen. They may be the good ones, or they may be the bad ones. Similarly, if the Lagna falls in Taurus in a Navamsa chart, right, then in the 10th year, 22nd year, 32nd year, 72nd year of the years of the life of that native, some significant events are taking place. But what you understand from this is that when, depending upon the Lagna which falls into a particular Navamsa chart, and based on that Navamsa Lagna, they have identified and given certain years in the life, and they said that in these years probably these significant events are likely to take place. That means these are all the fixed ones, right? Right. Now, this chart shows you, self-explanatory, this chart shows you, if the Navamsa Lagna falls in the Aries, I told you already, and if it is in the Taurus, I have already told to you, and then if it is in the Gemini, 16, 24, 34, 63rd year of life, and if it is in the Cancer, the years have been very clearly mentioned here, 8th, 18th, 21st, 22nd, 70th, 80th year of the life. It is in these years probably some kind of events are likely to happen. So similarly, in other rasis also, they are given in the Leo, in the Virgo. If it falls in the Libra, what are the years in which it is likely to happen? And if it falls in the Scorpio, Navamsa Lagna falls in the Scorpio, what is it going to happen? And these years have been given it. And mostly the Horasara, chapter 30 generally says that mostly unfavorable events are likely to happen in this one. So this is another interesting feature where this was not generally discussed in the normal Navamsa teachings or Navamsa identification or utilization of the Navamsa charts in identifying the events that are likely to happen. Now this is being taken as one interesting feature, and probably people can look into this aspect when they are going through the Navamsa chart. Now another one that is being followed is based on what is called as the position of the moon in a Navamsa Lagna at the time of the birth of an individual. That is, when a native is born, where is the moon present and in which particular Navamsa that moon has fallen in. Based on that also again certain fixed years have been predicted and developed and adopted, and there also this kind of a fixed years have been given it, and those are also probably to be taken. Just 1 minute, let me see that. Right, this is the chart where the moon, if it falls at the time of the birth of a native, if the moon falls in Aries Rasi or the Navamsa Rasi, if it is in the Aries, then in the 8th year of the life of the individual, one is likely to face some significant events. That is, a native is born at a particular time, and based on at that particular time when the moon is posited in a Navamsa Rasi, like Aries, which I have just shown it to you, and in a specified and a fixed period of time, that is 8th year of life, probably some kind of unhappy events or good events may also likely to happen. If it is not happening, they have also made it very clear. If it is not in the 8th year, in the multiples of the 12 rasis are there, and multiples of the 12, probably in the years also there is likely to be some kind of a unfortunate events or fortunate events or events are likely to take place. That is to say, when you mean by 12 multiples of the 12, 8 plus 12, 20 year. If it is not happened, anything happened in the 8th year, then probably it will happen in the 20th year. Then probably in the third one, 8 into 3, that 24. Like that, probably in the coming years or the multiples of the 12, probably this kind of a events are likely to happen. This is what is being predicted in these treatises, where taking the fixed time period or the years of the life, they try to predict what is likely to happen. Now, the third one probably is the, and then they also made a here. If the raising Rasi, Navamsa Rasi in this kind of a calculations, if it has happened to be a Vargottama one, then the events will definitely give you only the beneficial results. And if it is if that particular Rasi is not afflicted, or that during that period, that 8th year or 10th year or 12th year period, when the planets which are in the transit, if they are not being afflicted or if they are not being spoiled, then probably the things as expected will go. But if it happens like that, probably then the events that are likely to happen will give a different kind of a picture. Now, apart from this, the most interesting part that I have noticed is in the another interesting one, where the variable, apart from these fixed years, the variable periods, that is the time periods will vary depending upon the Rasi the planet. One planet will give one particular period during a particular time the events are likely to happen. For another planet, probably another time period will be giving you the significant events and all that. So it's going to be the periods are not fixed, but they are likely to vary. This is being mentioned in many of our books, reviews and all that. What is the important and the salient feature in this is counting of the Navamsas occupied by a planet and the Navamsas occupied by the ascendant, and the sum total so arrived is the year in which the event is likely to happen. I repeat it, the third one, the one in this, the counting of the Navamsas occupied by a planet and the Navamsas occupied by the ascendant in the natal chart, and the sum total so arrived is the year in which the events may happen, which change from one planet to the other planet. So this is a variable one. I have taken one example here of a known example, so that can we really depend upon this, and then can you draw some generalized conclusions and all that. So probably we will see whether this is possible to happen. Let me put the chart so that you can see to it. Just a minute. Just a minute. We'll change I'll give you the chart. Okay. Now, I am in one of the charts that are being prepared of a known person. Right. This is the chart. This is the chart of a known person, based on which probably I could able to draw some conclusions on what is being said in the so-called classical reviews on the Navamsa. This is the natal chart of an individual who is born on 14th April 1931. The place is not important, but the time is important, because we are trying to talk in terms of the years only. Now, ascendant is the Capricorn, and moon is posited in the Aquarius, in the Satabhisha tree, and all have been given here, one by one, where is this planet posited, in which particular house, and what is the star in which it is being present, and what is the pada in which it is being present. Based on that, it is a very common thing that every student of astrology will follow, that a Navamsa chart will automatically be drawn. And in this Navamsa chart, which is based on this natal chart of 1931, you will find the ascendant, which is a Capricorn here, has gone and then fallen in the Navamsa chart in the Gemini. Now, similarly, the moon which is present here has gone and then fallen in the same one because it is a Vargottama one. Now, such type of planets, if they are in the Vargottama Navamsha, probably they give you the better results. They also made a generalized statement here stating that benefic planets like the Venus, Jupiter, Moon, such genetic the benefic planets, if they are fall in Vargottama 1 or even otherwise also, they generally give good results compared to that of the other ones which are generally mentioned to be the malefic ones. Now, in this, we will discuss how to arrive at the number of the years based on this and what is to be done. I will take one example here where, say, we take the Mars into consideration. Mars is in the natal chart, is in the Cancer, and in the Cancer it is present, as you see it is present in the Pushyami Nakshatra in the third para. So Mars naturally in the Navamsha chart, it will go to the Libra because it is in the Pushyami Nakshatra, third pada, and then it falls in the Navamsha chart in the so-called Mars. Now, in the another thing that you can notice in this is, in the ascendant, in the natal chart in the ascendant, is present Lagna pada, is in the Shravana 3. That is, Shravana 3 is the one in which it is being present. Now, taking this ascendant which is present in the Shravana 3 and the position of the Mars in the natal chart in the Cancer in the Pushyami 3 and taking the Mars in the Navamsha chart which is present in the Libra, a simple computation or calculations are being done, and then they arrive at the Navamsha, and each Navamsha is equivalent to that of the one of the year, and in that year significant events are likely to happen. That is what the generalized statement that is being given here. Now let us see. If you will first take one by one, try to identify how many Navamshas are present in this. Ascendant is in the Shravana 3. That means to say, still the Navamsha padas are present in the Sagittarius of the ascendant is Shravana 3, Shravana 4, and then we also have the two padas of what is called as the Dhanishta 1 and Dhanishta 2. So totally what has happened is 4 padas are still there in the Sagittarius of the ascendant. We take the Navamsha padas of the ascendant in the Sagittarius, Capricorn is equivalent to that of the 4 padas. Now, from there you count the number of the Rasis that are present up to you till you reach the Navamsha Rasi in which this particular planet falls it. So if you count it, the Mars, if you want to take it, you can take Mars, or anyone you can take it, but we are talking about the Mars one. So count from that, count from the Leo, the next Rasi, go on counting it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Rasis are there till you come to that one. Where is the Mars? You need not go all around that because Mars is present in the Libra only. In the natal chart it is present in the Cancer. So from Cancer to Libra you have 1, 2, 3 Leo, and then the Virgo, and then the Libra. These are the 3 Rasis are there. So 3 into each Rasi 9 Navamshas, 3 into 9, what we get is 27 Navamshas. So combining all these things now, they try to develop or identify the number of the years of the total Navamshas. What is happening is, in the Cancer it is present, and from the Cancer there are 6 padas still to be still 6 Navamsha padas are there in the Mars, in which Mars is posited. That is Pushyami 3, Pushyami 4, and then you have the Aslesha also. So Mars, which is present in the Cancer, has still 6 Navamsha padas have to be traversed in this. And after that, the Rasis, when we are counting it from the Leo, Virgo to that of the Libra, where the Mars is present in the Navamsha chart, 3 into 9, totally 27 Navamshas are here. 6 are there in the Cancer, and in the ascendant we have calculated, and we said it is a 4 Navamshas. So totally putting all together, and then sum total that you get will be equivalent to that of the total Navamshas, and that will be equivalent to that of the year in which the event is likely to happen. One simple computation of this I will try to show it to you, so that you will be able to appreciate it, because all that I have told to you, probably we will see one computation table where this kind of a total, arriving at the total one, we will know it. No, 1 minute. Let me put the chart here, computation chart. Right, this is the one. Okay. Now you will see this one. I talked about the Mars, which is there in the 8th position here. Mars is present in the moon, not the moon, sorry, Mars. Mars is present in the Cancer, and Navamsas are 6, which I told to you. From the Leo to the Libra, 3 into 9, 27 Navamsas are there, and the Navamsa padas present in the ascendant are equivalent to that of the 4. So totally, if you put the 6 Navamsas in the Cancer, 27 from Leo to the Virgo, where the Navamsa pada is in which Navamsa Rasi the Mars is present, and the Navamsa padas in the ascendant are 4. So totally put it together, all these things, you get the 37 Navamsas, and that 37 Navamsas probably will be equivalent to that of the one Navamsa will be equivalent to that of the what is happening 1 year, right? Now 37 Navamsas. In 37 Navamsas, is equal to that of 37 years. That means to say, one Navamsa pada will be equivalent to the 1 year, and that is how the calculation has been done by those classical astrology books and Navamsa predictions, and then the commentaries that are being given. And in this particular native, whose chart I have taken it, in the 37th year of his life, that is in 1968, he was born in 31, 37 years means 68, 1968. In 1968, a very significant event has taken place in his life, where he was involved, or he was a part of the train which has met with a mishap, or which had an accident. Probably those of you who are in Hyderabad, they know that during that period, when a train which was going from Secunderabad to the Kazipet, near the Jangaon, a place called as Jangaon, Vasanta Vagu, a rivulet has had the floods, and then it was the train has derailed, and then a lot of problems created and all. This gentleman was also involved in that. So that tells to us, in the 37th year of his life, which happened to be the 1968, because you are adding 1931 to 37, 1968, a train mishap has happened. I have taken only a few of the ones which are the events which came to know, which I could able to get the information, and only those I have taken it. And similarly, in the 89th year of his life, this gentleman lived for a very long period, and then 89th year probably he left this astral body, and that was in the Gemini Rasi, where which one is there? Jupiter. When the Jupiter planet was, in fact, it is, if you see to it, probably Jupiter is also is a planet which is known to be giving that kind of a result. So in the 89th year, he left the soul. And similarly, in the 25th one, probably that was the Venus one, which I said the benefic planets will give the good results, we said it. So probably in the 25th year of his life, when the Venus, planet Venus is, when taken into consideration in computing this variable Navamshas, in the 25th year of his 25th year, he had a son and got married, and in the earlier year he got married, and 25th year he got the son also. So that is how the benefic planets generally give good results, and if they are not afflicted. Now I think this one example is more than enough, and then probably you can see the computation of all the other planets being given clearly here. Probably that gives you an idea how many total Navamsas will be formed by the sum total of this, of a particular planet, and the time period where is it. That's what I said, it changes from planet to planet. And benefic planets, usually they give the good results, and others probably they may not be able to give the good results, provided if it is not being afflicted. Similarly, looking at the Navamsha ascendant falling in the Navamsha ascendant, I said, his ascendant falls in the Gemini one, which happened to be the 72nd year, which is also a multiples of that. He had a operation, particularly the skull operation and all that. So there looks to be, there is some kind of a justification in identifying the Navamshas and the years, and based on those years, the events that are likely to happen in that. I think it's in a very, very simple way. Probably the first information that we can probably have in our mind, and then probably we can develop on it, or we can check the veracity of this. So the Navamshas, in other words to say, the Navamsha chart can be used for various prediction of various significant events apart from the matrimonial issues and in the finding out the strength of the planets. It can also be used in a different and a varied way, and particularly in the prediction. Otherwise, generally prediction we go by only by the what is called as the Vimshottari Dashas and all that. Since this also indicates a new methodology or a new technique in identifying the events, probably our students can take a look at this. My learned colleagues in the faculty of the JKR who are guiding the students and supervising the students for the PhD, they will be able to look into this also probably, and this can be given as one of the chapters in their PhD thesis, which will be of use to the students, and we will also be able to, what do we say, justify or give a different opinion, a contradictory opinion about what is being happening, what is being said in these ones. But finally, I will say thank you with the words of our Puja Guruji, Raghavachari Garu. In the PSA book at one place, he says that the arrival of a sparrow, one single sparrow, doesn't mean that the spring has set in completely, and one has to take a cumulative effect of all the factors into consideration while going for the predictions. That applies even to this also. Just can't go by only by the years and the Navamsha years into the prediction of giving the events and all that, events that are likely to happen. But then in totality probably one has to take it, and that is where I feel Puja Guruji's words play a very important role. Don't generally jump into conclusions, look into the various aspects of it. I think that should be a basic information for the primary consideration of our students, and I thank Raja sir and thank all the people for giving me an opportunity to talk to you people on this slightly different off the beat topic, which may be of some help in our research field. Thank you very much.
Namaskar. My greetings to everybody who is watching this particular show. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aditya Chandra Vanijagnya Jiva Shukrarka Putra Mapirahu Ketu Ete Grahanam Sakalartha Siddhim Kurvantu Kale Sthirabhoga Nityaha. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Meena2naadi Sri Veeraraghavachari Gari ki pranamalu chestu JKR Astro Research Foundation, on behalf of JKR Astro Research Foundation, as its faculty, I am standing here before you to share some of my thoughts which will be useful to the students of astrology particularly and to everybody in general. It's a great pleasure to be with all of you, because JKR Astro Research Foundation is the one which is promoting the learning of astrology, and that too through free classes, free coaching classes. So they are held nowadays because of the COVID-19 on online, and every 6 months new batch starts. We are right now in a batch called Purva Bhadrapada. Here the speciality is we have all the batches in the name of Nakshatras. There starts the uniqueness of this institution. The founder, our Guruji, Dr. Raja sir, has been very actively serving this society through astrology, and now he is also Vice Chancellor, International Vice Chancellor to Yoga Samskrutham University, Florida, USA. This university is established in American state with American laws, and it is entitled to give the graduation, post-graduation and doctoral degrees awarding to the students who pursue the courses in Yoga, Vedanga Jyotisha and Ayurveda. So we have recently, JKR Astro Research Foundation is an affiliate to this. So we have recently announced the beginning of MA 2 years course in distance mode. So very, very affordable and in a proper, with full faculty support, this is going to be available to the students who would like to have the MA degree in Vedanga Jyotisha. Yeah, anybody can contact for this if they don't know about it, and we will give all the particulars. Now coming to our topic today, this is a forum called Meena2naadi forum. This forum is mainly for the students of JKR ARF. So JKR Astro Research Foundation students, with a view to give them a platform to speak, to express, and also to submit the presentations through in the concepts of various astrology subjects. This platform is given. Today we had in the morning session 4 speakers, students speaking very good topics. Lakshmi Garu has given about higher education, and Kishore Kumar has given about diabetes. Lakshmi Sushila, who is popular as Shruti in Bhakti TV, she gave the Karakatwas of sun, and Srinivasan, our Sravana batch student, has given about chart analysis, special reference to by using the Meena2naadi principles. Now today our Shiva Sharma sir has given you a new thought, new wave of analysis, in which he has touched the Navamsha Jyotisham, that is predictions, giving predictions through by using the Navamsha chart. Astrology is a great subject, and it is not a subject for the fun, it is a subject for the life. Now to understand this subject beginning, and also to always remember what we should always remember when we are using astrology, for whatever required concepts are there, I just thought I will share with you today. My topic is Lordship of the Planets. In the morning, from morning, or whenever you listen to any audio, any video about the astrology, people will be talking about this planet is there, that planet is there, planets are good, planets are bad, all these things. That means the concentration of an analyst is on the planets. Now whether should we really concentrate on the planets, or is there any background behind the planets, that we should know. Planets are called lords because planets are definitely superior to human beings. Therefore they are called lords. Now before understanding the total genesis of it and also the real background, which should be remembered always by any astrologer, I would like to take up one example to you. Very, very normal example. practical. We generally go to hotels. We sit in a comfortable place, table that is. We give order to eat or something, whatever we get order. To whom we give order? We give order to the server. Now that particular server is allotted to us by that particular table, but there are so many servers. Now this server or the person who is going to get you the things will go inside and give your order. And order to whom he will give? He will give to a body, a particular point where the supervisor will be sitting. The supervisor will pass it on that order to the kitchen. So in kitchen who will be there? Cooks will be there, chef. So if you just follow this example, you will understand the concept behind analysis of a chart. You may say, what is this Shastri is telling this? But it is there. Now, when I am sitting in a hotel, I am asking for a dish or anything, whatever service I wanted. I gave order to this server. Then that man goes into the middle place where he will be using a window or a table where the supervisor will be there who will take the order. Then he will pass it on to the kitchen. So from kitchen it comes. Now when the products come from the kitchen, first the supervisor will check it and he will say you are sending properly. Then he will send it, he will give it to the server and the server will bring it to you on your table. Now when you eat that, to whom you are going to first appreciate? You will appreciate the server because he has served you well. The way he serves, the way he speaks to you, all will matter for your satisfaction in that hotel in getting that service. So the representative of the hotel in its service is really the server. Whosoever brings you that, we call him boy or whatever it is. So this server, has he delivered you the goods which he has prepared? No. He has brought to you the goods. The goods, I'll use it. So he will use that particular products which are ordered by a particular person and prepared by the cooks in the kitchen. My dear friends, this is what life in astrology. 27 nakshatras are the cooks, the stores of energy, cosmic energy. The 27 nakshatras, cosmic energy, they are giving the energy, they are giving the product. And that product is coming out of that kitchen through the supervisor. There are 12 rashis. And once they come out of the rashi, who is going to serve you? The planets will serve you. You got the point? So the planets will deliver what you have ordered by taking it from the nakshatras. Here you are ordering, but in the life it is not your order. The order which you decided at the time of your birth, that is prarabdha karma phala. Prarabdha karma phala is the order for the day. It is coming out from the 27 nakshatras energy and passing through the 12 rashis and coming on to you, near to you through the planets. Now this particular mechanism, how that has become the Shastra. Astrology is a Shastra. It is called Jyotisha. From when it has come, we will see that now. See, I hope you are seeing the screen. The screen. We all are human beings. and we are part of the universe, and we are one of the many living beings on the earth. And we on earth, in this universe, earth is one celestial object in the solar system, and sun is the center of it, and sun is very much bigger than the earth, and that sun, the solar system, is in the nakshatra mandala, and in nakshatra mandala each nakshatra is far bigger than sun. So who is the biggest source of energy? Nakshatras. So those nakshatras are giving the energy. It is falling from nakshatras or flowing from the nakshatras and coming down to the earth. Not only earth, it goes beyond the earth also, because it's a light rays, energy rays, electromagnetic energy rays. So nakshatras are the stores, they release it, then rashis will consolidate it and pass it on to the solar system. Solar system has got 9 vibrant orbits. See, the nakshatras are static, rashis are static, kitchen is static, supervisor is static. Only the server moves around the cables. So many servers. How many? 9 servers for your life. So they are bringing you the dishes, and these dishes are nothing but your bhavas. If you are thinking about your own self, how you look and other things, it is the first bhava. If you are thinking about your interpersonal relationships in your life or the partnerships, it is the 7th bhava. If you are thinking about the karma or whatever you do in your life, destined to do in your life, that is the 10th house, or Guruji was talking today. And whatever you are getting in your life by doing is labhasthana, that is the 11th. And to get this, whatever you forego is the 12th house, that is the Vyayabhava. Vyayabhava is not an expenditure. It is the investment. It is the expenditure for getting something. So what you forego will give you the reward, and a reward will come to you when you do that, and you will do when it is 10th house is active. So this way our system of analysis is there, and this everything is for what? Everything is for our comfort and security, because comfort and security are the basics for any living being, nothing less than that. Is it not? So if you see this universe, life, knowledge and astrology, it all started when we have started our evolution, when we have come as human beings. We wanted comforts, we wanted security. Who is giving in the nature? That is, the nature is giving. What is the nature? Nature is again the celestial objects. That is the summary the rishis have finally found out. Now the energy zones, because on earth whatever we are able to have comfort and the security is possible through whatever, whether we have comfort or not have comfort. Everything is coming through the energy, that is the cosmic energy or celestial energy. That celestial energy is coming from 2 zones. One zone is called Nakshatra Mandala, second zone is called Saura Mandala. It is one after the other. Nakshatra Mandala, this is, and Saura Mandala is this, and earth is there. Now what is happening? We are getting the energies flown from the Nakshatra Mandala to solar system. In solar system, these are 9 orbits, so the orbits are vibrant and dynamic. Therefore the rays coming from the Nakshatra Mandala are falling on that, and it is undergoing some change, and then they are coming. Because the nakshatras and the rashis are static, the interpretation of their rays, effect of their rays, energy rays, has to be understood only through planets, because they are there immediately to give us the results. Therefore the planets have to be made representatives of the nakshatras and representatives of rashis. That way the lordship of the planets has come into the being. Now whenever you see a particular chart, we generally see that which planet is where. Don't jump into conclusion by looking at a planet in a chart. First you see what is the Rashi, what is the Bhava, what is the Nakshatra involved. Because the planet wherever it is posited has got representation, it has to represent. It has to represent the Rashi, it has to represent the Nakshatra, and it has got its own representation designation. It will give you the result only considering all the responsibilities and duties in the chart given to it by the divine. How that is to be found out? When a chart is taken, we see that the first bhava. First we have to see the first bhava. What is the first bhava? Who is the first bhava Lord and who is the first bhava Karaka? That means every planet has got the responsibilities. What are the responsibilities? This is the contents of the zodiac, because zodiac is the base for us. I have not given because everybody knows about it. Then how this particular rays are coming onto the earth, that you please see now. See, this is the zodiac and the nakshatras, then the rashis, then the orbits of all the planets. Orbits of all the planets will be bringing the rays from all the sides. The first orbit is of Saturn, second is of Jupiter, third is of Mars, fourth is of Ravi, Sun, then Venus, then Mercury, then Moon, then Rahu Ketu. Rahu Ketus are where? They are Chayagrahas, but where are they? They are on the moon path. In the moon axis, this orbit only. Therefore, they are there just covering the earth. That is why they are called karmic planets. They channelize all energies. So, in this process, now the energy coming from the celestial objects is falling on to the human beings or the everything on the earth only through the planets. Therefore, the planets have to represent whom? They have to represent the nakshatras, they have to represent the rashis. Now, who coined this word Lord and who gave this designation? Or is there any other thing for the lordship also, relevant to the nakshatras, relevant to the rashis? There are. What are they? They are called Adhidevatas, Adhisthana Devatas. They are still more superior cosmic energy. Ashwini is represented by Ashwini Devatas. Bharani is represented by Yamadharmaraj, Yama. So likewise, Adhidevatas are there. Now each nakshatra with their Adhidevatas features and Adhidevatas effect, they are going to influence us through its Adhipati, Nakshatra Adhipati. It is not Lord, he is only representative. He is holding, custodian of the effects to be given by the particular nakshatra. So that lordship, nakshatra lordship will come, and how that lights will be coming on to us. You just see, this is the zodiac, and in each zodiac, each rashi, there are 9 orbits. Don't think that whatever you see is only blank and there only the one planet is there. No, all the 9 paths are there, and the planet will be in its path only, it won't be in other's path. Therefore, if many planets come into one Rashi, nothing will happen, because everybody is. Now what is happened? Now Sun is in Sun's orbit, then Venus is in Venus orbit, so separately in their orbits. So the planets will keep moving in the zodiac in their respective orbits only. When they are moving in respective orbits, the rays coming from the nakshatras and the rashis are flown to earth through the planets. Now, planet have what? Responsibility. What responsibility? As a lord of nakshatra, as a lord of the rashi. And since we are going to analyze a chart for our life purpose, our life areas are also given 12 dimensions, bhavas. Therefore, bhava karaka. Now, Remember the hotel server. Hotel server himself has got some character. He has to represent the supervisor. He has to represent the kitchen cooks. He himself has got, and he has to bring in the thing what you have given for him, the order. That is bhava. So what is happening? The bhavas are again to be assigned to the planets. But to assign to the planets bhavas, 12 bhavas, our rishis found the life is angular. Out of 360 degrees, 120 degrees is only the base. Remaining 240, 120 and remaining 120 are a dimension of the life only. So they thought that life is only 120 degrees, that is why 120 years. Now, in 120 years, how that others are related to that? They are related through konas. You all know about kona. Angles, trines. 159 is self. 2610 is about my resources and use of resources. 3711 is my needs and my wants to be fulfilled by using the resources. And 4812 are the means through which I use the resources and get my things satisfied. So this way the 4 trines, 4 into 3, 12. The 12 trines are the controlling our life. Therefore, angular reference, angular relationship is important between the planets. Now, when the planets are moving, how they move? See, they all rotating sphere is from one angle to the other side. Always the celestial objects move apradakshina. That is why on earth we are seeing them as pradakshina, clockwise. Actually they are going to anti-clockwise. So all planets will move this way, and these 5 planets will have epicycles also. These epicycles result in retrograde motion for the planets. This is the arbitrary structure of it. Now, whether planets are big or nakshatras are big, if you see, this is the sun, in front of sun, earth is how much small you see. Why not the influence will be there of the sun and other planets? Similarly, sun himself is nothing seen, just sun is less than 1 pixel in front of Jyeshtha and Ardra nakshatras. They are the biggest nakshatras. They are about 1000 light years away. Now, when sun is so small, how that the influence of nakshatras won't come onto the earth? And our rishis have gone only up to nakshatras. They have not gone beyond that. Okay. Now, the lordship of nakshatras is given with the angular reference, angular relationship. Now, what is angular relationship? If Ashwini is to be one unit, the corresponding unit in the next trine is Makha, next is Mula. Therefore, Ashwini, Makha, Mula has got the connection. Angular relationship. Now, angular relationship is 1 and 3 nakshatras are in the set. Therefore, 9 planets have been assigned the 3 nakshatras to each planet. How they have took this order and other things is different discussion. There are a lot of theories. That is apart. Now, the lordship of the nakshatra has come in this way, and our great rishis have first gave the lordship for the purpose of dasha system only. Otherwise, the rishis were giving the predictions not only based on the Lord, but they were also giving based on the adhisthana devatas or adhidevatas. That was also being taken. Now, because of the higher education, perhaps we are only concentrating on lords only. Not only the lords, you have to think about others also. Now, Ashwini Makha Mula is given to Ketu, and you all know who are the lords of 3 nakshatras. So, why 3 nakshatras are given? Why 2 or 2.5 is not given? So that confusion will not be there, because it is totally mathematical. And in a circle, this way the 9 and 27 and 3, they have all been allotted as lords of nakshatras. After nakshatras, the rashis have to be given. So rashis are given. How the rashis are given? Greatest logic is there. Nobody bothers. Nobody knows why Mesha and Vrishchika are given to Mars. But there is a logic for it. If you remember the order of solar system, Sun is at the center, next is Mercury, next is Venus, next is Earth, next is Mars, and next is Jupiter, and next is Saturn. Rahu Ketus are not appearing, so not seen. Now, Rishis, what they have done, when they wanted to give the representation of all the Rashis to the planets, they saw where to see. They saw and where to see whenever in astronomy or anywhere else, our main reference point is what? It is the North Pole star. So therefore, near the North Pole star, what are the Rashis are there they have seen, and there are Simha and Karkataka are there near the North Pole. Therefore, these North Pole stars, they gave to two luminary planets which are considered as one, because one takes charge of the night and one takes the charge of the day. Therefore, the day-night representation is one planet is two planets, but that is Sun and Moon. This particular unit has been given 2 houses. Now, remaining 10 houses, for each of the 5 planets, 2 are given. To give immediately next, who is nearer to the Sun in the solar system? Mercury. Therefore, Mercury is given the side beside the Simha and Karkataka, whatever the Rashis are there. After Mercury, it is Venus. He too are given. After Venus, Earth is there. Earth is the reference only, and Earth is represented by the Moon here. Therefore, Earth is skipped, and then Mars is given Mesha Vrishchika. And then next is Jupiter is given Dhanur Meena. Then Saturn is given Makara Kumbha. This our Guruji says, if you draw a line in the half, this section is known as Chandra Shadvarga, and this is known as Ravi Shadvarga. Both 6 plus 6 will become 12. So this way, the lordship of Rashis is given. And after lordship of Rashis, next is given the Karakattvas. Natural house significations, because we know the Nakshatras, Rashis, Grahas, and in between Bhavas are there, because we require the analysis for the Bhavas. Therefore, Bhavas are also assigned to them. They are called Bhavakarakas. Now, Sun is attributed to be a Bhavakaraka for 1, and Jupiter and Mercury for 2, Mars and Mercury for 3, Moon and Venus for 4, Jupiter for 5, and you know all Bhavakarakas, Sahaja Bhavakarakas. So the Bhavakaraka responsibility is also separate. Now, if a planet has to work or give you the result, the celestial objects influencing process is what? First the Nakshatras energy will come, it will fall on Bhavas, Nakshatras and Rashis. They will fall on Bhavas, and from Bhavas it will come on to the Grahas, and Grahas will be taking a role of Nakshatradhipati and role of Rasi Bhavadhipati and role as Bhavakaraka. These 3 roles are there for the planet, any planet in the chart. Now, after these 3 roles are mixed up, blended, our Guruji says blending, when they are blended, that effect will come based on the chart specific duties and responsibilities. Each planet will have a responsibility and duty in a chart. Now, as an analyst of a chart, you have to understand this entire background and find out what is the role given to a planet in a chart first. Afterwards, the effectiveness of the planet, the strength of the planet, the quality of its effect, etc., you will measure in a different way. But first you should identify the responsibility. That responsibility is, 1, some planets will get as responsibility as Yogakaraka, some planets will be getting responsibility as Maraka, some planets will be getting as Badhaka, responsibility as Badhaka, and some planets will be getting benefit to the Lagna, and some planets will get the role as a malefic to the Lagna. It is not that a planet, a Saturn or a Rahu Ketus are supposed to be negative energy giving. They are never negative, or they are not always negative energy giving planets. They will do the good also, the so-called good also. And for your information, in astrology, there is nothing called good and bad. What is there? Only favorable and unfavorable. That is why our Guruji says favorable or unfavorable results. never good and bad. Nothing can be good and bad, because if you are standing in a sun, धूप में, in winter, the sun will be very good to you, the dhoop will be very good to you. But at the same time, if you stand in a summer, it will be unbearable to you. Is it not? So whether sunshine is wrong? No, sunshine is favorable to you in winter, sunshine is not favorable to you in winter, but sun gives the same shine. Is it not? Likewise, all planets are good, all planets are bad. They will give that favorable or unfavorable results to you based on the responsibilities in the chart. Every planet has got a responsibility. That planet will be a lord of a bhava, that planet will be a karaka of a bhava, that planet will be maybe the lord of a particular nakshatra. So all the planets will be giving you the effect in an integrated way. This integrated way will decide how it is decided. It is decided based on Graha Maitri, friendship of the planets, and Graha Sambandham, that is association of the planets. So to understand the effect of the natal chart, you will always remember there are nakshatras active, there are rashis active, but they are through the planets, and planets are active as planets, and as planets as the set role, given role, planets only. Every planet will get the role. Rahu, Ketus are supervisors. They will get everything, wherever they are, they will give that. That we know very well. So, in a chart analysis, when you are learning astrology, you are learning not astrology just for the sake of fun. And astrology is the eternal science. It is Parardha Shastra. All sciences are Padartha Shastras, mass. But this is Parardha Shastra. And this occult science it is called. And this will be useful to anybody, everybody, every time. That is why even after lakhs of years, astrology remains. If some people in some time, in 1 year, they say it is superstition, etc., it won't go away. The Parardha Shastra will always remain, whether it is in India or whether it is in anywhere in the world. Astrology, nobody can go out of it. So, the celestial objects influencing process is this. We should understand this process to properly give the predictions. And the quickest way to give the predictions, there are some methods. In that methods, the most important method and prominent is Meena2naadi system. In Meena2naadi system, our Guruji Raghavacharya sir has given us most important points, shortcuts to immediately analyze a chart. When we look at a chart, we will see who is Bhavakaraka, who is Bhava Lord, and who is Nakshatra Lord, and then in Uttamadrekana, whether they have their Uttamadrekana is what? It is the comfort zone of a planet while it is transiting in the zodiac. And what is Digbala, Nakshatra Digbala? Digbala is the quality of ability of a particular planet to give the result. To measure the ability of the planets, quality of ability. Ability is there, quality of ability. That is Digbala. And to decide about their ability transforming into the comfort, that is Uttamadrekana. And after that, they control the bhavas. Therefore, Jiva Sharira. Guruji has given in the same order. So for the zodiac part, Uttamadrekana. For planets part, your Digbala, Nakshatra Digbala. For the bhavas part, Jiva Sharira. After what? The planets gunas. So planets guna will finally give you that. That is why our Raja sir says, the future is of gunas only. Predictions based on gunas. Because you will decide about your service in a hotel only through the server's quality of service to you. If even though the kitchen fellow gives you a lot of good material, if the server is not good to you, you will feel the service is not bad. So that is what I would like to link it to the most normal. I should not link it because to understand only we have to link it. Otherwise the celestial objects are far superior than human beings. Okay. Now in this process, because once we understand the lordship, we can understand the sanctum dictum of Nakshatra Siddhantha, which is given by our Guruji. That says, Planets posited in a sign may not deliver the results, but its star lord will deliver the results, positive or negative, favorable or unfavorable. So this is the essence of Meena2naadi system method of telling about predictions. Keep enjoy learning astrology. Keep enjoy learning astrology with JKR Astro Research Foundation. Okay? Thank you. All the best. Thank you very much.